Welcome to Price Action Live at TradersPost for August 7th, 2025, where we trade live in front of the world to see. 4 days a week, we trade using the best automated trade platform in the universe, TradersPost, but more on that later. For now, I'd like to introduce myself. I am Tom Hartman here, part of the marketing team at TradersPost, alongside the NQ sniper himself, Mike Christensen. How's it going? How are the markets feeling to you this morning?
Unsurprising. I should be ashamed of myself for being short NQ yesterday. Man, it rallied overnight hard. So I'm excited to see how we open this morning. I think a lot of the move probably took place overnight. So I really want to kind of watch to see how we open and whether we close above or below VWAP, as is typical for my rules. But it'll be an interesting session this morning. I'm going to try to stay pretty neutral on my viewpoint on the market, even though we just had this huge rally, and mainly because I think we're now up against the recent high. We've got a couple of levels to take a look at, but I'm still kind of recovering from yesterday's loss. It was a bad loss. It set me back, quite a bit. So I have to resize some of my positions here, make sure I take a little bit less risk, and I'll be a lot more careful today for sure.
I'm inclined right now at we'll see how the open goes, but for the NASDAQ, since all my signals for the upside have been cleared for for equities, for crypto, and the dollar is now suspiciously at support. Let me see here.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
And I absolutely hate it when the dollar is not clear. We're right down inside of this. If you take a look at the dollar over here, you'll see that the red downtrend has been broken. We're now in a yellow zone, and the moving averages are starting to turn up. And we bounced right off of a trend, a lower trend here, that's been in place since 2014. This trend over here. So,
I mean, where are we going today? Are you also neutral then?
Well, technically, if it's yellow and the price hasn't moved significantly up, so over here for the dollar, it's yellow, but the price moved dramatically up, then it's actually more akin to that we're going to go sideways to down. And if we're going to go sideways to down in the dollar, that means equities go up. So I'm far more inclined to believe that we have more upside to go. And so what I'm going to be seeing here, what I think I'm going to be doing on the NASDAQ is waiting for a pullback to VWAP, to the overnight VWAP. I'm not sure what you call that, if it's like not from the session, but for
I call it EVWAP, or electronic hours VWAP.
Electronic hours VWAP, yeah. I'd wait for, I probably want to either short down there or wait for a pullback there and then take a long.
Got it.
Because when we're near all-time highs or blue sky territory, it's like hard to bet against the empire.
I think that's always a mistake. At least right now, the buyers are still in control. I will never doubt how strong buyers can be when it comes to equities in general. And that, interestingly, that's kind of surprising for yesterday's mistakes that I made and some of the losses that I took. I had mentioned over and over on our streams that I've tried to be very careful with my shorts, because at any moment buyers will just show up and take me right out of my position. And that's pretty much what happened right at the open. Right. And, I tried to take those shorts below VWAP and they knocked me out immediately. So the signal was there. The buyers are not done. This is still part of the long-term trend. And until we really push below some major support levels, we are still in a bull market, my friends.
I keep telling people love this idea of I think people romanticize the dot-com crash and the GFC.
Mm-hmm.
And they think to themselves, well, bear markets come and I'm going to catch that bear market down, and it's going to be 5 to 10 years of sideways to down price action, and I'm going to be a hero on the short side. And I think people had that at the back of their minds, and they've completely discounted the last 15 years, where clearly the powers that be do not want the market to go down.
That's right.
And so the short side is like fun because it's like threading a needle, or
Sure.
I always think of it as the scene in Star Wars where Luke has to get the shot to destroy the Death Star. So it's like super exciting, but you know, the Death Star blew up several planets before getting blown up. It's like that thing happens at the end, and until then, I hear myself right now saying betting on the Death Star. That's not exactly what I mean. What I mean is that you go with the trend.
Yeah, right. We just discovered your true nature here.
So I'm always when we're in blue sky territory, I always have a bias to the upside. Like,
yeah, I'm right there with you too. This will be an interesting one though, Tom. I mean, you got to take a look at how big this gap is going to be this morning. So just from yesterday's close, we are up 0.88 actually. So almost 1% total. Reflected in points, it's over 200 points of a gap. And another one of my common approaches in which I do pretty well is gap fills. The gaps tend to fill on markets, especially in equities, specifically the ETFs, or not the ETFs, but the indexes. So ES and NQ tend to gap fill. So this is a fairly large gap. I would expect at least some of this gap to fill this morning. So I'm gonna be taking a little bit of a short bias just from the open, watching what happens here. I don't think it's really overbought. However, it was overbought for a little while, but we kind of sustained this sideways channel. And I'm thinking that we could still project upward from here. So again, that's what's so tough about this open is I'm watching this initial candle and I'm pretty neutral on the price action. I'm not quite sure where we go yet. I feel like I'm going to need to see at least a few candles from the open, maybe 4 or 5 minutes in. We'll see where buyers step in or where sellers step in. Who's got control?
So would the gap fill go all, like you would imagine that gap would fill all the way down to 23,425 sort of thing?
Well, possibly. It seems possible now that these previous resistance areas might now serve as support. I'm going to move my my alerts here to indicate my support and resistance. So this is the 2-hour chart. I'm now going to call our all-time high R1. R2 is just going to end up irrelevant now because we're in this blue sky territory as you described it. S1 would now come back down here to roughly 23,418, which happens to coincide with where I think we could, return to the gap, or the bottom of the gap could end up being right here, right where my lines were previously when we were trading yesterday. So yeah, I do think we could fill this entire overnight session. It is possible, but there would have to be some kind of catalyst. And it also means that it may not happen right away. We could fill some of the gap today, push higher, and then come back the next, some kind of catalyst occurs, and then we fill the rest of the gap. I've seen gaps take as long as 3 or 4 trading sessions before they actually finally fill. But the real question is whether we retrace and retest the 23,400 level.
My concern with that would be for the gap fill is that I don't have enough history with the NASDAQ to see how it reacts in the morning when there is a gap, but we are, let me pull up my chart here. We are above the previous, this was an unmitigated VWAP level that we're above. We're extended above the VWAP, the extended hours, the electronic hours VWAP, and then above all the other supports. So it's like, this to me is showing like it's, I hate when people say this, but it wants to push up. Like sure. I'd be betting against this buoyancy that's here.
Yeah, that's why I have 2 paths in my mind. One path is we pull back a little, but ultimately push up and potentially test the next R1 level, which would be the all-time high. And that would be a hell of a session for the remainder of the day because that would push us another 1% from the overnight session, closing at roughly 1.8% for the day. So if we do push below VWAP just a little bit today, I don't expect it to last very long. If it does, however, I definitely expect we could close the entire gap. So it's just, that's why I'm saying we really have to just pay attention to price action today.
Oh, exciting. Okay. All right. So, yeah, got to decide. Am I going to go long? Am I going to go short? I think I'm going to go short, at least to 23. Let's call it 23,535.
You're thinking 23.5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not even, maybe even like higher than that. 23.5 even seems a little bit too low.
So you seem to agree with me that if there is a short, it's going to be short-lived, and those buyers are likely going to step in. That's
Correct.
where I think, typically I use the regression trend just to wait for those reversals on the 1 minute chart, and that'll show me where the buyers are starting to step in. One of these days, I'll take some time to get Bookmap set up. Have you used Bookmap in the past?
I've only seen it through past clients.
Yeah.
I've never actually used it myself.
Pretty incredible software. I love how it aggregates all the order volume data. It's basically one of the best ways to analyze level 2 data on effectively kind of a timeline, and it allows you to see where buyers and sellers have showed up. So you can really get a sense of sort of the hidden support and resistance levels there. But there's some additional data in there, like cumulative volume delta, or CVD, and there's also order imbalance ratios as well. And in the past, I've written models that work off of order imbalance ratio in crypto, and it was a really successful strategy. Really gives you a good sense of how imbalanced the books are to the upside or downside. So I'd like to pack that into my strategy here, but I'm going to need a whole new monitor over here. I'm going to need a lot more space in real estate, because even though I have a large monitor, I'm running out of space.
Okay, so I'm glad you brought that up, because there is, I normally trade Bitcoin, and I'm always looking at let me pull this up here, at the liquidation maps, because seeing where the leverage longs and leverage shorts are, I just love forced buyers and sellers. I don't really like trading against people who are like deciding, they're scalping, whatever. I want to trade against the people who the price moves to a certain level, and that's it. They get liquidated and boom.
That's right.
And so we have right now $17 billion worth of shorts, leverage shorts on Bitcoin for Binance, OKX, and Bybit, and only 400 million longs. And I've been just following this for my long buys for a while, because once these guys get liquidated, the price moves up dramatically. What I have been seeing, though, is that because of the correlation with equities, if I see a large move up in Bitcoin, I'm going to expect a large move up in MNQ as well. Am I wrong to think that?
Should I get short? I don't think it goes that direction. I think Bitcoin follows the stock market rather than the stock market following Bitcoin.
I have not come to a conclusion on that yet.
Oh, for sure. The larger volume, the amount of volume and institutional flow that exists in equities versus crypto, I would definitely say that's the leader. Don't you?
Well, actually, there's a whole conversation to have about that, about the creation of money and the effect of the wealth effect that happens within crypto holders, and the crossover that they have within markets, that they might do certain things in retail and equity markets because of how well they're doing in Bitcoin. And I don't know how much of that is actually real or not. Well, we're about to open here, so let me prepare my short.
Yep, go ahead. I'm going to try to prepare my lines as well.
So guys, Mike is using account scaling here with across his prop firms using TradersPost. So he is able to connect multiple different prop firm accounts together, so that the one signal that he sends from TradingView over the TradersPost gets replicated across all those different accounts. What's also interesting is that he's able to have different types of position multipliers, so that he can increase or decrease the positions per account. So that if he has a larger account, he might take more risk on that, and a smaller account, he might take smaller risk. And so it's mesmerizing to see.
What just happened? I think I accidentally just entered a position I didn't mean to. I bought, so I'm probably just going to need to exit real quick. Okay, that was my mistake. I should have kept my strategy disabled. So this is the fun part of trading with these lines, is the mechanics of getting the lines to respond to the price. And if you put a line on the chart right when a candle opens, it will execute immediately, even if that line isn't even on the candle. So I made a simple mistake there. I'll have to prepare my next entry there. But what you can do on the TradersPost side to prevent that from happening is just disable your strategy in your account to keep any incoming signals from executing until you're actually ready. And I'm not ready yet, so I'm going to go ahead and disable that. That's what I should have done in the first place. Don't make my mistakes, guys. Okay, so just taking a look at the size of the chart here. Again, look at this gap that we've got, massive gap. And we'll take a look at the first few candles before we take a trade. I'm going to try to zoom in just a little bit and take a look at how we respond to VWAP. Obviously, right out the gate, it looks a little bit bearish on the 5-minute, but let's give it a few minutes here.
I'm in my short already because I'm a FOMO trader, so I will always be in a position and accept my loss.
Got it. Look at that. Nice.
Look at that.
We're going to wait a couple minutes just to see how market responds.
I got to sign back up to Spot Gamma to get that options information. I miss it. I wasn't. If I'm going to be trading during the morning, I want to have those. I want the gamma levels to see where the price is being drawn to.
Okay, I think I'm ready now. I am noticing that TradingView seems to be a little buggy again today, where when I'm moving lines, it's taking forever for the alert to activate and then deactivate. So even when I pause this alert, it's not pausing.
I see. Ooh, that is a bullish candle.
That's a very bullish candle. All right, so we're going to stick with the plan here. We said that we'd watch from the open, see how price action plays out. If we're above VWAP, we're going to get ready to go long. If we're below VWAP, we're going to get ready to go short and fill the gap. If we go to the upside, there's plenty of room to the all-time high. We can move another 90 basis points today if it comes down to it. Guess I should have stuck with that accidental long, huh?
I always love that feeling. I was accidentally in the right trade.
Okay, put this down here.
Wow, that is bullish.
Very bullish initial candle. So I want to pay attention to this first high candle from the overnight session, which could serve as resistance as well.
My indicators are still saying neutral, so I cannot. I mean, it's neutral on the 1 minute, and then super bullish on everything else. So it's like, all right.
I mean, it's bullish. There's no question.
All right. Well, I'll set my stop loss at the recent swing high.
Is that our opening range here? I'm sorry, did you enter a position?
Yeah, I'm short.
You went short.
Yeah, I went short.
Interesting. I want to watch to see. Oh, wow. I want to watch to see how we respond to VWAP here to see if I'm going to get ready to go long. But nice job on the short so far.
I just wanted to do the trade to VWAP.
Got
To electronic hours VWAP.
I see. Okay. Which is a little bit into the gap from the overnight.
That's right. Wow, doji candle. I normally trade 50x leverage crypto, and it's less stressful than this. Far less stressful.
Okay, help me unpack that. How is that even possible?
Because the trade happens over all my trades mostly happen over a week.
Got it.
And I'm not generally, my success rate is like 86% on my trades, or probably even more at this point. And so I'm never like wondering if the price is going to get to the level it needs to get to. I'm like almost certain that it's going to get there. It's just the path that it takes to get there. I'm going to get liquidated on the way.
I see.
So it's just a slow move up over the week. Whereas this is like, am I making a wrong decision here in this minute? This minute? Oh my God.
Oh, this is going to be annoying, isn't it?
You're in a long?
I tried to go long before we really closed above VWAP. So I'm going to wait for a full close above or below VWAP at this point. I don't want to make that mistake like I did yesterday.
Right. All right, 23,550. Oh, you know, I'm gonna get
Still inside this interesting opening range here. There's our candle opening within VWAP now. Let's see where we close in the next minute. So 2 small mistake trades here so far. I'd like to take it easy because I'm already down 200 on the day.
Right.
Where's that short for you now?
I'm still underwater because I went short as it fell, so I'm down 30.
Are you routing that through TradersPost?
Right now, I'm not running through TradersPost. I do have the strategy set up there, but I wanted to get this under my belt, and then I'm going to be adding multiple accounts this week.
Got it. And we'll start getting you on the lines on the chart.
That's right.
Cool. All right, what are we doing, market?
Well, we got 7 minutes till the 15-minute candle closes, so.
Yep.
That's the other thing for when I trade crypto, I trade 2-hour candles. So there's no, there's no urgency. I put my position on casually at 10 p.m. at night, and then I walk away.
Casually. Just a little trade with 50x leverage.
Yeah, 50x leverage.
I wouldn't be able to sleep at night with that much leverage.
Well, because of the leverage, I don't have to put a large position on, right?
But isn't it kind of the same thing as a large position with a small stop?
No, because the large position, if something goes wrong, I could lose that whole thing.
Yeah.
And I feel more eager to, when I was doing just, let's say, 2x to 5x leverage, I would have a large position on, and then I wouldn't be as careful about my entries, and I'd have to suffer drawdowns. And let me just get a little bit more. Let me get a little more. And the price is like, clearly, Tom, the trend is gone, and you're just hoping now. Whereas when it comes to the small positions at 50x leverage, well, if I get liquidated, now it's going to get a better entry.
I see.
I don't have to worry about it.
Hey, Aventura. Good to see you, man.
Not late, Aventura. We started a little bit early. Okay, that is a bounce off of previous day level. So
yeah, so now I'm looking for this to be an opening range breakout. I'm going to give it a little bit. Either we break out from the box, or I wait for the close of this candle, and I'm going to go long.
I find the orb strategy to be just the complete opposite of what I would ever do.
I'm with you. It's pretty useful. As I've mentioned, I'm not a huge fan of it. I usually just try to watch price action, but the support and resistance of it can be very helpful. Okay.
All right, I'm out.
I threw the alert on, but of course, TradingView is just being buggy again. Come on. There we go.
Okay, I'm stopped out. That's it for me.
All right, so I have a small loss to recover from. Now we're up against the overnight high. So I want to pay attention to resistance potentially here. If we blow past that, fantastic. That's what I want to see. The next potential resistance area is going to be anywhere between here and the all-time high for the market. So if buyers want to continue this process, let's do it. It's going to be a tough trade. All right, where would I add? I would add right back here above VWAP. Maintain my confidence in the long. We've already posted above. There's plenty of bullish activity here from the open. So I feel pretty good about the long side of this trade. ATR is a bit high for me to take a scalp, so I'm going to set up my scalp lines. My strategy for scalp is disabled, so I won't have an accidental fire like I did earlier this morning. It's not fun. That was an expensive mistake.
All right, dollar's not breaking out. Dollar's behaving, so I am. Wait, is it behaving? Let me see. That's still sideways.
Buying one. All right, so I'm
trying this long in the breakout, but God, it feels terrible.
1, 2, and 3. Interesting. So we're just not going to move here, are we? All right, I still have that additional buy prepared here right above VWAP, and I still feel pretty good about that.
I'm just getting out of my log. I just don't feel comfortable if I'm not at my perfect entries. I got to stop.
Gold's a little sideways. Oil is rallying. Remember, this is what we were talking about too.
Wait, let me see that.
Nice breakout for oil so far. Copper is rallying a bit. Okay, I just bought more. We got to see how markets respond to VWAP now. Otherwise, I need to prepare an exit again.
Yeah. I got out of my position. I'm gonna get chopped up if I keep going.
Are you flattened?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, look, that was a hell of a bull run overnight. If you guys have it in you, keep pushing. I would like for this bullish trade to play out. Could be wrong, and I'm going to have to reverse again. Not a fan of having to continually do this and switch my bias. We've seen how that chops out to some pretty terrible trades.
That's right. I'm going to go long when it hits 23.50. That's what I'm going to be doing.
Got it.
Actually, 23.558.
Right at EVWAP?
Yeah.
Got it.
It's like when I look at something like this and I go, oh, because I got chopped out on a short and then a long. So then I go, oh, well, neither one of those positions were right. I just should not have gotten in. When that's the answer, I always feel real terrible. But it's what I live for.
Yeah. Not a fan of how weak this uptrend is so far as well. We really needed to see a continuation from the orb in order for this to make sense. Now I'm even more neutral than I was before. So from this high, if this is the beginning of a downtrend, it's stronger than the uptrend was.
For my chart, I'm still right in that yellow range where there's just no decision to make. There's nothing to do until it breaks one side or the other. And it keeps responding to it. It keeps responding to the 15-minute levels.
Interesting. All right,
there.
we're gonna have
Now,
to switch short today.
oh, you're gonna go short?
Well, not yet. I really want to watch where we go from here, but
Yeah, because I'm preparing to go long.
this is just like yesterday. And even Aventura here in the comments saying, yesterday I got chopped up during the open, but I let my strategy for the run for the rest of the day and ended up in profit. I think I do better not trading around this time. I totally agree. I think this is why lots of people avoid the first 15 to 20 minutes of the session, because you can get chopped up. The signals have been so strong lately that I've been trying to ride the initial few candles, but oh shoot. All right, let's get in. Let's take the short. Let's
I wouldn't. I would not be doing that. I'm literally looking to go long.
no. Remember, I want to see some of this gap fill.
Right.
And that's a complete candle close below VWAP here.
Fair. All right.
Oof.
I wonder what Bitcoin's doing. What are you doing, Bitcoin?
Let's try it again.
Oh yeah, Bitcoin's still bullish. All right. All right. So I guess as long as you stay below 23.6, no, sorry, 23.598.
23,608 is what I have on my chart
608, okay.
for
VWAP.
session VWAP.
Right. I mean, I think you're going to get down to, you're going to get the drop to 23.550. I just don't know how it could possibly go down below there.
Markets could do whatever they want, right? This downtrend is starting to form and it's starting to look pretty strong now. What I want to see is how it responds to the other side of this regression trend, which is roughly at 23,599, but it may not even get that high. If we break out of this even further, I think I'm ready to even add a scalp here and pick up the 15 points to the downside.
Okay, but then like you would need it to break below 23,558 and then before you're added in, right?
Correct. Yeah. I want to see, I do want to watch EVWAP as a potential for support, but I am pretty confident that we are going to fill some of this gap here.
Right now we're responding to the session. Wow, I call this my session wave. And so we're ping-ponging around in this area over here. Let's see what happens. All right, if you're going to turn around, you're going to turn around now.
I went ahead and added to my position there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to keep my stop real tight, right above VWAP.
Alrighty. Look at those wicks on the 15-minute. Oh my God.
Jesus.
Pure chop.
Not a fan. Pure chop. Pure taking me out and driving me crazy chop.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Well, wrong on that one again.
So I wonder if the wow, look at that.
So I'm done. I'm done for the day. I really can't do much more here.
Yeah.
I took another haircut today.
Yeah, I see that. I'm thinking about going long here.
I mean, it feels right. Those are on the 15-minute. Those are two pretty bullish candles. These choppy opens are definitely killing me.
Yeah, I think if we don't set our trades at the VWAP levels, like the electronic hour VWAPs, it's just so risky. It's just so risky. So you don't put on any prop firm trades, 6 p.m. or whatever when the market opens.
Nah, too illiquid.
But you would have gotten this whole run up.
It's true. It just doesn't happen that often. Usually overnight sessions are pretty calm.
Really?
Mostly. I mean, if you look at the history of many of the overnight sessions, many of them can be pretty calm. You know, if we go back to like July here, there were some pretty tame overnight sessions. Where we are right now, very exciting. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm busy with life, and in the evenings, I don't really have time to stare at the charts that late at night.
And you found where your problem is. That's exactly the issue. You got to cut away all the dead weight of family and friends and life.
That's what it is, Tom. Well,
My wife used to see me sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I don't have a problem with that session. I think I just need a working strategy that will trade that session well and maybe scalp through that zone. I'd feel comfortable.
To me, what it matters is that's when Bitcoin moves. Bitcoin moves between like 5 and 10 at night, and so it's like perfect because it's often the foreign nations that move the Bitcoin price significantly. And so like when Japan wakes up or whatever and they're doing their trades, that's what I get to piggyback on.
Yeah.
All right, my long is like $2. Come on, man. Push. What I need is I'm going to open up a Mira board and I'm going to do a vision board. I'm going to use a law of attraction in order to get the price to where it needs to be. Are you in a short or a long?
I went ahead and put a scalp long on. Well, that didn't go well.
No, not for me either. All right, well.
Unbelievable.
Crazy.
I'm just crushing it today.
That's how it goes.
That is how it goes.
And then it'll turn long.
And it'll
just
long,
go the other way.
go in my favor. All right, what just happened here? I think I'm
just in this yellow chop. I should not bother with this yellow chop. But it will, I think the rest of the day is going to be long because we're still above the electronic VWAP. We're still above the mitigated level from, where is that? July 31st. It's still bullish all the way.
cool. And then we get this bearish turn here. We're not quite there yet, but yeah, this chop is killing me. And yeah, it's so Aventura asks, are you trading prop firms now? Yes, Tom is now trading one prop account.
Yeah, I'm a big boy now. I trade prop firms. It's funny now that I've like stopped losing on my crypto trades. Like I don't lose money anymore in my crypto trades. I can't believe it. I don't think I've lost money in 6 months. There we go. Look at that candle up.
Unbelievable. Oh,
Brutal.
that's what I
Brutal,
needed.
Mike.
I'm dying here.
I know.
I just lost several accounts as well.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board and reset here. I really can't trade anymore today.
Sure. Just bear with me through my trade here, and then I'll close it out.
You bet. Why don't we? Why don't we switch to where you're at with this trade? Because for me, I'm going to have to go back, assess the damage, do some work to figure out what I even have left to profit from.
Right. I'm up $50 on this trade. I'm expecting it. The bounce that I got here from this level is like what I was expecting this bounce to happen lower, but it happened higher up, and everything from my indicators are just showing just pure bullishness.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any tools that I've developed in order to figure out any gap fills, because I never really think in gap fills. I only ever do the electronic session.
Got it.
So I don't know how that works. But to me, this is the thing that really like lynched it for me, which is the break above, then the candle to try to push down to the level. It didn't work, and then we bounced off from over there. So that to me is like, okay, we're not getting back down. We're not getting back down there. We're probably going to head up to all-time highs. So I think I'll hold this long until then. And then for Bitcoin, I'm actually expecting this to get to we're not seeing it here. Yeah, there's at least another 40 basis points to go for Bitcoin, and I think we even break up back up to where we were. I think we're done with the downtrend, because the your liquidity indicator, where was that one? It's showing that liquidity actually picked up. So all my biases now are towards the long, and I think we're headed now to 150 Bitcoin. So we'll see.
Got it.
All right, back to you.
All right. Well, that's a bullish enough candle to where I'd say there's no gap fill today, and we're going to head to all-time highs today, or at least get as close as possible.
Yeah.
Fantastic news for my actual real live accounts, where I'm long portfolio and long all kinds of equities.
That's right. That's right.
So in this prop simulation world of mine, man, took a huge hit. And this is the tough part for me, is even if my balances are all in profit, with a lot of these, I just triggered the trailing drawdown. So I'm going to have to reset, grab some new accounts, and kind of start the game all over again.
Well, let's do it together, because I want to scale out to 10, 20 accounts as well.
Great.
Maybe on the next stream. Well, I was thinking that, because I don't know how long you want to take to reset for that, but I'm happy to be primary trader on that one, for that one, if you like. Frankly, I would feel a little bit better taking more of the risk on the prop firms if I have like a backseat driver to help me out with these MMQ things in the morning, because I feel like I have no experience whatsoever with how to deal with NASDAQ. So
well, neither do I, apparently, for the last 2 days.
No, that's how it goes. That's how it goes.
I think I've lost the title of NQ Sniper.
No, this is the fact that you're doing this in front of everybody is so useful, because people hide this part and they only do and it's like, this is what's so valuable. I love having the back and forth and seeing how this is going.
Yeah,
because I did the same thing. I went in and out. I was like, what am I? I get that.
I mean, this is what happened yesterday. It's pretty much the same session. We had a bounce, a pullback below VWAP, what should have been a short, a push, and then of course it tried once more to go below VWAP. So anybody who's trying to take either side of VWAP is just getting completely chopped out here. And then it finally established direction for the rest of the session. But by that point, I'm already screwed. I've already lost money. So, you know, you can implement a rule at this point and say, well, because that happened, I'm now going to wait, you know, 30 minutes before I take my trades for the day. But then the next session, the price action falls immediately and you miss the entire move. So it's just so tough to
better to miss the entire move, right?
What's that?
It's better to miss the entire move.
Maybe.
Like, it's better to have a rule like that and miss the entire move. Yeah.
If I go back and look at every trading session I've ever done, most of the time my profits show up in the first 15 minutes of the session.
I see.
So at least from what I can tell on my performance, I do very well by just paying attention to price action in the first few minutes. But days like today, where we chop in and out like this, that's a much harder environment to trade, of course.
Totally understand. Okay, cool. Well, let's leave it there for today. I'm not going to close out this position. I'm just going to let it go and set a $100 stop loss or something like that on it.
Okay.
I'll be back tomorrow at 9:15 for more trading. Guys, we love trading with you. If you're here at Ventura Trader, we love seeing you part of the chat. Anybody else who's here, please go ahead and like and subscribe, because we're going to be doing this Tuesdays through Fridays, as long as I have the stomach to pay for proper accounts. That'll be fun. So thank you very much for your time, and we'll be back tomorrow.
Cheers, everyone. Aventura says,
Let it ride.